people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you...
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Cowboys and Indians podcast. I'm your host, Native Patriot. I know it's been a while, you guys. I apologize profusely. We have been, well, I mean, especially me, I've been extremely busy as of late with work and everything, and it's just been difficult to get back in time. And, you know, sometimes life gets in the way. But
that's right,
I want to thank you guys for being here. Please share this stream if you can. Of course, my co-host today is Steve Loves Ammo. But you guys can just call him Steve. He does love ammo, but
I love it profusely.
How
are you, buddy? Are you good? You ready to rock tonight, man? It's been a minute. I'm so pumped, bro.
It has been. I even dressed up for the occasion. I got my fat electrician tuxedo on. You know?
That's hilarious.
It's golden.
Not me, man. I'm just in my whatever attire, just chilling.
Yeah, I feel that, man. There's been, I'm okay. I haven't been posting as much. This is actually like my lowest 2 weeks that I've had in,
really,
probably a year and a half.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've been posting like once or twice a day, and that's it. Not great. So my numbers are down a little bit, but you know, I've been feeling a little disenfranchised.
Okay.
And to be honest, maybe I'm just tired of trying to find everything positive in what Trump does. And I'm not saying that his intentions are bad. I'm not saying that he's not trying his best. I'm not saying that he's not being held back or anything like that, but I was told that this is a revolution. Not a revolt, okay? There's a difference. There's a difference between revolution and revolt, okay? Our country needs to go through a cultural revolution of sorts, not the Mao kind where they slaughter everybody.
No, for sure.
But we do need a revolution, and it feels right now like there's just a lull, and maybe it's been me working long nights, doing 60, 70 hours a week again at work, and doing a lot of after hours calls, and just being overall stressed out, worn down and tired, that it's gotten to me, and I haven't been motivated to post like I usually have, or come on the podcast and speak like I have been for years now.
Yeah, man, I totally, a lot of people can empathize, you know, what you're going through. There was a clear message with the Trump campaign. You know, that even Elon Musk with the chainsaw going through the ice or whatever, like we expected like a ton, but I just want to let you know, man, like, okay, so Trump's been in office for 7 months now. And yes, he is battling a lot of things right now. I wouldn't, I don't want to lose you to give up hope, because once people lose hope, that's when America is lost. When there is one candle that is lit and on fire and ready to burn everything down, the American spirit isn't gone, right? You just have to keep that fire, dude. I understand. I understand a lot of people are frustrated with some of the things. And, you know, we do not vote on a singular issue. You know, there's a ton of people online right now that are still going after the Epstein client list. But at the end of the day, yes, I don't know how to word this correctly, but it's not only about that, right? We're having these serial pedophiles that are being locked up. You know, hundreds have been locked up already throughout this country. Our economy is doing much better. There are so many good things that are happening. If we just take those bad thing or the things that were the bad apples or whatever, then we're gonna let them win. Because at the end of the day, what they're trying to do is they're trying to pit us and try to separate the conservative movement right now. And they're using these singular issues to divide us. Because these commies, they will not divide, bro. It doesn't matter. Like, their leader can do something in public on camera that would really, they could take someone's life. Are we on cue? Yeah. Okay.
We are, yes.
Okay, I'll just have to watch how I word things. But, you know, they could do something in public. They can have all the evidence, and it doesn't matter. They're not going to change their perspective on their leader, right? I get your frustration, man, but we can't lose you in this fight.
I don't plan on going anywhere. And, you know, honestly, this is this is how I handle, like, disagreements with my wife as well. Like, I would rather not speak than say something I regret. So what I've been doing is I've been pulling myself back.
Okay.
And not just creating content for the sake of creating content, right? Like, I don't. This isn't the moneymaker for me, right? I do this out of the passion of my heart, and I really want to affect change. And
yes.
if I feel compelled just to put out content just for the sake of putting out content, I'm not. There's something in my brain that forces me not to do it. I literally can't. Like, I got this this actually new sponsor who reached out to me, lovely woman, and it's the refugee medical packs, and I've been needing to create a video for it. Like, it's a really good med kit, like a first aid kit that everybody should have. I really believe in it. I think it's true, but since I've been pulling back a bit, I haven't. Like, I'm losing money by not doing this, but I don't feel the passion that I want in order to actually get this done and put out a video and to you know, I guess be the spokesperson or be a spokesperson for that company. I've just pulled back. I've been overwhelmed. I just pulled back, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hit pause, and I'll put a post out every once in a while to let people know that I'm not, like, dead or you know,
like, proof of life, guys. Selfie.
Yeah. Like, I'm still here. I'm just thinking over things. I'm just trying my best not to say something stupid or something that I don't believe, because I feel that there's a lot in content creation, or when you get into podcasts like this, in order to compete or even stay relevant, you have to put out content every single day. It is a constant battle in order to grow. Like, over the past couple of weeks, I've lost over 500 followers. My follower count has been going down every single day. And with not posting consistently, my posts get seen less and less. And it's like, I'm not going to post just for the sake of posting. If people want to know what I have to say, I want to be able to give them something worthy of them actually looking for my account and following what I say, right?
Yeah. You want my 2 cents?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, don't run your account for other people. Run it for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. you have a very good message on the nuclear family and following Christ and things like that. And it may be frustrating at times for growth and things like that, but if you stay consistent, people will come to you, right? And the way I've kind of approached my account a little bit, I'm providing sort of like a mix, because I know at the end of the day, like, our hands are tied right now, right? We can't like make one X post and boom, America has changed. So that's why I've made the approach. I'm going to post my opinions on relevant topics, like today with the trans shooter in Minnesota. But also, if I find like funny content online or something, some really cool video, I'm going to share that with my audience too, because I kind of personally feel there's more to life than, just one particular message. I want to have fun along the way too. Right?
Yeah, of course. And
You know?
you should. I mean, I think that's perfectly fine, because Steve, like, I know who you are, right? We've met several times couple times in person. But we've been talking for literally years now. Yeah, we've been talking like almost daily for years now. Like, Steve and I talk all the time, and he's one of the people that I've associated with on X that I'm absolutely closest with. So I know your intentions. I know that you're doing good, and why you post the things that you post. And I mean, it's definitely worked out. I mean, you're killing it on X, man. And everybody says I am too. And
You are, man.
dude, every time I bring up, like, in the last 8 months, I've gained 8,000 followers, right? Every time I bring that up, I always get a bunch of people in my comments like, it shouldn't be about the numbers. Like, don't look at the numbers. I'm like, that's not like my main focus, but it's definitely something I've noticed, right? Like, when you gain 10,000 a month for 2 years,
Right.
fairly consistently, and then for 8 months you don't even get that 10,000, it's a little suspicious, right? Something changed, and I don't feel like
No.
I've changed all that much.
No, I would agree with that. And I think a lot of that had to deal with the lead up to the 2024 election. And I think there's a generalized, there's a broad kind of growth or lack of growth across X. So I don't know if it's an algorithm change or if it's something. I don't think it's anybody's particular message, because I haven't changed the way that I have posted at all. Well, except for the going from strictly political to, kind of mixing it up. That's kind of been one of my, I guess, 6 months change. But I will state, though, whenever I was paused, in one, I guess, 2-week payout period, I had like 5 million impressions. And that, for me, at over 400,000 followers, it's very low. So this leading up to, I believe it's the 15th of this month, I'm checking my analytics and I'm at 55 million impressions. So you can't tell me there isn't blatant shadow banning on the app, right? And for what reason? There was no like justification or anything. Just like, oh yeah, you're good to go. So at the end of the day, I do understand your frustration, but I'm just going to say, don't give up, because the only way you lose is if you give up, right?
These are my analytics over the past 2 weeks, guys. Check this out. This is really interesting, because my unfollows follow my new follows very closely.
So you're kind of flatlined.
Even like on the day where I got 169 follows, I got 97 lost. Like, the biggest loss. So I don't really understand how this works, but I don't really care all that much. But yeah, look, 1 million impressions over 2 weeks. So this is this is 2 weeks, this is probably my lowest I've had in a year and a half or more. But when I look at this, I'd rather have this than continue putting out content that I don't believe in.
it's to each their own, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it this way: you push content that may not be like yours per se, but it assists you with growth. That's more people.
Yeah.
Message that you can reach. I don't know. I lost my train of thought for a second.
No, that makes sense. Like, because I understand that in order to get your voice out there, you have to play the game a little bit, right?
You do, unfortunately, because that's how the game is right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Like I'm doing a thing right now. If I hit 1 million followers by year's end, I'm going to cut my hair into a mullet. Like, dude, my hair, I'm growing my hair. What's fixed right now, but dude, my hair is like the longest it's been in like probably a decade. So,
well,
enough
about all the online crap that we go through. You know?
Yeah, it just is what it is.
It is, and it's not a big deal. Like,
Correct.
When I post about these things, people feel like like I'm overly depressed or whatever. Hey, whoa! My son has a mullet.
Hold up, Lady Jennifer on YouTube says mullets went out in the 1980s. Well, I'm bringing it back, baby doll. Now she wants me to grow it regardless, or is making me want to grow it regardless. My bad.
Look at this. This is my son here, sharing some some of my subscription content here. It's mostly just family stuff. What I share. But my son has a mullet. You can't really see it here. This was before it really got cut. So I guess this isn't a good picture actually. But he does have a mullet. It's
That's cute.
It's
man.
great. Yeah, he's got my boots on the wrong feet. He's wearing his Santa pajamas because they were almost. He's almost grown out of them. So he's definitely not going to fit into him next year. So
yeah.
So why not? He can wear those. It's okay.
Yeah, he's cute, man.
He's an adorable
Anti-Commie
kid.
says in the chat, a modern mullet, not a Joe Dirt mullet. You got some of them wish bangs? Remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good scene, man.
It is. My wife actually got me a shirt about that scene.
Yeah, it's like the entire quote. Yeah, I remember that. We played that a few podcasts ago, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You ready to get down to the nitty gritty? Oh, hey, before
Yeah.
we get down to the nitty gritty, you want to cover sponsors?
Yeah, let's do the sponsorship, get it out of the way, and then we'll get into the news of what's been going on as of late. And
Share this podcast.
Yes, please and thank you. Check this out, you guys. Wait, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since I've been running the podcast.
man.
Okay, so.
And if you're shocked by these two men dying in the pursuit of pleasure, it's more common than you might think. And this issue may lay a lot closer to home than imagined. Porn addiction will mentally kill you long before you reach the same fate as these guys. QUITTR is on a mission to take over the industry, help men regain control of their lives, and finally break free from this evil habit. With their in-app 28-day challenge, 500,000 men have already seen incredible changes in their lives. With increased discipline, improvement in ED, and confidence in themselves and in talking to women. Quitting porn doesn't have to be difficult, and with QUITTR's cutting-edge app, 28 days is all it takes to enjoy the physical and mental benefits. Now you might be thinking, how do I know if I need help? Well, with QUITTR's free porn addiction quiz, you can see how your habits compare to the 500,000 men that they have helped overcome their addiction forever. All you have to do is click the link in the description and download the app and begin the test. Today is the day you'll stop saying I'll quit tomorrow and regain control before it's too late.
In the description everywhere, we have the link that you guys can download that app. And this actually kind of ties into the goings on of what's been happening in the country. Mm-hmm. We partnered up with QUITTR because there's been a focus on sexual deviancy for so long that porn has been absolutely normalized. And one main concern that I have that people don't understand is that watching porn will not only rewire your brain chemically, but you're also facilitating human trafficking. You're also facilitating the very thing why most of us voted for Trump, why most of us wanted the Epstein list released, is because of human trafficking, right? Especially of minors. Well,
Right.
all of that is facilitated by you consuming porn, by you clicking on their website, going to their website, watching the videos.
Yeah.
It sponsors human trafficking and sexual slavery.
Yes.
We need to get rid of that. We need to break away from the normalcy that of what porn is and identify that, okay, this is an actual issue that we've been taught is normal. Because that's what I was taught. I was taught,
Absolutely, man.
I remember in like 5th grade, I got a whole bunch of the Playboy magazines. Right?
You dirty dog.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't want my parents to find out. So you know what I did? With my, it was like 5th or 6th grade. I don't know what it was. But in that state of mind, I was like, all right, I don't want my parents to find this. So I went out into the backwoods, I dug a hole, and I buried it. Okay, I buried my Playboy stash of magazines. All right, and to protect the magazines, you know what I did?
Yeah. Did you put it in a Ziploc or something, or a trash bag?
I'm such a dumbass. I wrapped it in a towel.
Oh, come on. Oh my God. That's such a ruined spank bank, man.
So when I went back out there, they were all wet. And I was like, no!
Devastated teenager.
Oh
my God.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
wonder
funny.
I wonder if that towel's still out there, because I don't know if I ended up getting rid of them or just putting them back and then leaving them. It would, like, I don't even remember where I buried them, but I do remember burying them. So I don't know. They could still be out there. I mean, they'd be like basically disintegrated now, but yeah. So
that towel's all crusty now. Wait, what?
Oh.
That was a little joke. Boom, crash. I should get like a little miniature like drum set and cymbal. So like when I crack like a mid joke, you know what I mean? Maybe
that'd be good.
I don't know. But alluding to your point, man, yeah, the problem is not the product, it's the consumer. It's always the consumer behind this. The consumer that's not even just with the porn stuff, but also the food you eat, not going to church, or there's so many different things. It's a cultural issue that we're facing here in this country, and it's been this way for decades. So there needs to be an ultimate shift, and that's why I'm telling you, Maurice, like, don't give up, like, or get discouraged, because we need fighters in the game. We need people in the battle, and if you get sucked into the mindset that, and this is not getting any traction, or I'm not gaining followers, you're going to lose sight of the bigger issue and the bigger picture in the game.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm your motivational coach, bro, right here.
Let's go.
Oh God.
No, but really, I mean, so this is why we partnered up with QUITTR. You guys, check the link in the description. It's not on. You know what? It's not in the first comment on X. I know that most of you are watching on X, so I'll actually try and put that in the comment underneath of my post. Steve, maybe you could do yours as well. Let's see.
Yeah, DM it to me. I'm gonna, dude. I don't know who's sharing the live stream, but it's going off. 14,000 impressions in 24 minutes. So that's pretty incredible.
How about that? Thank you, guys.
Reshare.
I really appreciate that. And we have a interesting topic today, because it has caused nationwide controversy where nobody knows what to even talk about anymore. We are talking about the shooting in Minnesota by the Troon, by the trans person who was overtly confused, resentful, hateful, and wrote so many things in their gun that everybody got their own picture where they could talk about their own talking point.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
What-
this stuff bugs me so much.
Let's bring up the facts behind this, because we can debate for hours and hours what we're on the magazines, but this person is clearly disturbed. Clearly. I mean, no, we can even back it up a little bit further. No sane person goes to any establishment or any public area and shoots up a place. No one. But
Yeah.
then you start factoring in, transgender. We don't even know the backstory behind that. But I do want to point out before we continue, we know more about this shooter than the shooter that went for President Trump in literal hours.
Yeah.
And it's just so many issues that are going on right now. But yeah, the magazines like targeting, I forgot exactly what it said. So to be honest, I haven't really kept up with the sequence of events that happened today. I kind of know some like high level stuff, but don't you see like a repeating pattern?
Yeah. And the narrative being reinforced over and over and over again.
Between both sides, yes.
On guns. Laura Loomer was talking about Israel, and there's a whole wide swath of people now bringing up like anti-Semitism and like this is what it leads to and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, no. The problem is that this kid was experimented on, and was given opposite sex hormones and was praised for it, and lost their mind. And I mean, the thumbnail of our show today is actually the drawing, or a drawing rather, of or by the shooter themselves. So I'll pull this up really quick. They're writing in Russian, so I'm not sure why. But
I don't think I've seen this.
So this is a picture in the manifesto that they left, right?
I might have to make it full screen so I can see a little bit better. Oh.
So it's himself looking in the mirror, armed, and the reflection that he sees is a demon. And it says...
Do we have an English translation?
Grok translated it. It said basically, when will it end? And the demon replies, basically, kill yourself. And kill. That's the message portrayed here. And they decided to target Christians. And I have a feeling that the reason that Christians have been specifically targeted as of late, not just through our cultural entertainment, but by these trans shooters specifically, is because we are closest to God.
That's a very fair point, brother. It's very fair. Wow.
They're trying to take out the innocence that is closest to God, because they don't have... Like, people will say that this person was an atheist and that they didn't believe in God. But I don't believe that that's true. Transgenderism, and I made a post about this earlier because I really believe this. Transgenderism is inherently anti-God.
Right.
Because you and I believe that we're made in the image of God.
Yes.
I believe that to be true. Transgenderism teaches that God made a mistake when he put you in that body.
Right.
And you can recreate yourself in your own learned, fetishized image. This isn't something that is very natural yet. Or not just yet, but it's not natural to feel like you're the opposite sex. Some people may have delusions of that of some sort.
Gender dysmorphia.
Yeah, this is being taught, encouraged, praised, and so children are being groomed into this belief, and then they're being hormonally injected with opposite sex hormones.
Yes.
They're being put on SSRIs to fog their mind in ways that is hard to comprehend. Empathy is destroyed. that like these kids don't even know who they are yet. Okay, your
Absolutely.
brain is not done developing until you are 26 years old. It takes a long time for your brain to fully develop. So years after, I mean, almost a decade after you're done going through puberty, okay, it's like 7 years or so after you're done going through puberty is when you finally have a fully developed brain. Okay. And these people, these malevolent butchers, have targeted children before they even hit puberty, have convinced their parents, have convinced their peers that it is socially acceptable to hormonally experiment on these kids to stop them from becoming the person that they're supposed to be, because they're not that person. I mean, 26 years old, you're still young and dumb. I'm sorry, but you do not have the life experience to make... You don't have the life experience to know who you're going to be, because adulthood lasts most of your life.
No,
and
for
when
sure.
you make permanent life okay, it's not even them making the decision. When other people make permanent life altering decisions that hinder your growth, that brittle your bones, that cloud your mind during the most important time for development possible, and not only that, the puberty blockers that they have stunt their genital growth. Like 8-year-old boys are being put on what is it called? Lupron? Something like that. I can't remember right now. But they're being put on Lupron. I want to say that that's it. But they're stopping the genital development of boys, and then they're cutting off the breasts of girls. They are
disgusting. Yes.
They're destroying any chance of them growing into the person that they're supposed to be. And now they have to live with the consequences. And when they look around, because the boys never look like women, okay? The women never look like boys. There's always, you always know that something's up. Okay,
because normal human beings can figure that out. Like, oh, sorry, Cindy has an Adam's apple. Clearly not a woman. But like, dude, so to kind of, I was in a space earlier with I forgot the guy's name, but Liberty Valkyrie was a co-host in Insurrection Barbie, and they were talking about medications and things like that with some of these people that have gender dysmorphia. And I will tell you, man, like whenever I got out of the military, I was put on a cocktail of meds. And this was me in my late 20s, right? So these SSRIs, these dopamine, it's called bupropion. But like all of this stuff messed with me mentally, dude. I was not the same person I was before. Now, let's scale this back to when someone's brain is developing. And the parents are allowing this to happen. And I don't care. We have the data. We know what this does to people. And it's still being allowed to happen. And all these transgender surgeries, like what's going on in Washington State and California, where they don't even need parental guidance or consults to do this, to transition. Bro, we have got to make a huge change in this country. I'm not for the acceptance or any of this other stuff. I am full force trying to change or trying to alter the thinking of this country, because unfortunately, like, we can't just say, oh, anti-comedy, ex Mike Mack. Yeah, thank you. We're at a point where there's no adhering or listening to what they have to say. They're actively shooting Christians right now. This is a pandemic. This is far worse than whatever they claim COVID-19 to be, because this affects so many people, bro. Like this is, in my opinion, this is intentional. They have intentionally created this lack of morality in this country. You know, depopulation agenda 2030, not 2030. No,
you're
the
right.
Globalist, huh?
Yeah, it's Agenda 2030.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought. But it's just insane what this country is doing. And I just feel there needs to be an absolute shift, and it can't be with love and all this other stuff. We have to fight fire with fire, dude.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's more than one side to love. Okay. When these kids get these surgeries, get these hormonal treatments, you know what they see when they walk around and they experience life, they experience social interaction. You know what they get? They get fake smiles.
Ooh,
they get fake compassion. They get fake encouragement. It's not real. And
right.
The majority of people, the overwhelming majority of people know when it's fake. And know when people are compelled to say, wow, you're such a beautiful woman, right? When it's a guy. Like the Dylan Mulvaney's will go
So
around
brave.
and people are like, wow, you're so brave. You're so stunning. Look at you. Look at you're a beautiful woman. Like they know that it's not real compliments. And so what they're experiencing is this a sea of fake encouragement. So when they try and figure out what's real, they don't believe anybody, because eventually you will see that everybody's lying to you, and then one day you'll look at yourself in the mirror and go, I know I'm not a woman, and
what have I done?
my body is so fucked up. What am I supposed to do now? And there's a mental break that happens.
Yeah.
And so they start seeing everybody giving them that fake empathy, and then everybody trying to tell them from the outside that I mean, obviously they're still a man. They start to hate that because they can't go back on their decisions. And it's no wonder they become resentful, hateful people, because this was done to them. They are victims. I believe that all trans people are victims. Some become monsters through their actions of encouragement of others to do the same, and their vehement advocacy for more trans people. But they are still victims. They will always be victims because they were experimented on. They were butchered. They are now walking around mutilated, receiving fake compliments, fake smiles, fake laughs, fake everything. And they will never live a normal life because everybody knows that that's not a woman, or everybody knows that that's not a man. And the only thing you're going to get is fake. And so it's going to put an insane amount of stress. So when you talk about that we can't do this through love, it actually has to be through love. It has to be through love of God, love of the truth, and love of your fellow man by telling them the truth. And that means that if you are born a man, if you are born male, you will always be a man. If you are born female, you will always be a woman. There is no way, there has never been one successful transition from male to female or female to male in human history that we know of. Okay, maybe an advanced civilization before it could remove our consciousness and put it in somebody else's body. But that is not the reality of today. All of this transgenderism is completely fake, and we need to stop encouraging it, and we need to stop defending it. We need to stop allowing it. We need to stop saying that this is possible or good or should be seeked after. It is insane. So through love of God, through love of our fellow man is the way forward. We actually, and you have to tell the truth when you love someone. If you love someone, you don't give them fake compliments. You don't give them encouragement of their delusion in order to try and appease their feelings at the moment. It is a lie. They know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. It is only pushing them further into this hole of delusion, depravity, and a self-destructive lifestyle.
So whenever you ran through that story, it actually like opened up a different perspective that I didn't even really necessarily consider. It's in the mind of a trans person, right? And that's really hard to kind of put yourself into that situation. And how you delivered that was like, you have all of these people throughout their life, when they're children, their parents who they looked up to the most and sought them guidance through them, and they say, oh no, it's acceptable for you to be the opposite gender. Then you have all these people online that are saying, oh my God, you're so brave and so smart and stunning. And then you have doctors who you trust, or generally trust. I don't trust any physician anymore, but you have these people that wearing the white coats, coming in with the pad and pen and saying, yes, we can make you the opposite gender, and all of these other things. Then you have, Champs just said, pushed by the government. You even have the government during the Biden administration saying, oh, these guys are so brave and stunning. You guys are awesome. Here's transgenders on the White House lawn, topless and all this stuff. So you see this, they're trying to make it a societal norm. And there is no wonder when these people, so not everybody has it together, right? So when they wise up and they age, there are some stories where people, detransition and they try to spread the message, hey, don't do this. But then you have your others that have been so hooked on these medications and have been put into this delusion for so long that they're just like, you know what? Maybe I'm not brave enough to take my own life, but I'm going to go out there and make my voice known. And unfortunately, I'm going to take people down with me or not with me. So man, that really just opened up a new path to how disgusting this whole platform or whatever they're trying to do, how demonic it is. They are manipulating people's youths.
Yeah, they are. And not only that, they're destroying generations of people before they even have a chance to be birthed.
Yeah.
So not only do we abort over 3,000 Americans daily, if they make it through abortion, the leftist cult will target them before they hit puberty to sterilize them.
Yeah.
So, there was a stat that came out the other day where 28% of Gen Z was aborted. We are missing almost a third of Gen Z. It is insane. That's 28% of Americans of a certain generation that were wiped out before they even had a chance to articulate their humanity. And now we have this transgenderism ideology that targets the youth to sterilize them before they even become 18. Are you kidding me? There is no way our country will possibly make it through this if this is allowed, if this is defended, if this is... I can't tell you guys how important it is to shun this from society in every way, shape, and form.
Yeah,
and we have to stop being nice about it. There is no more niceness. It is a demonic death cult, and they will target your children, and they will sterilize them if you give them the chance. The government has allowed it. The government has encouraged it. Your peers are not only naive, they are terrified. Some are malevolent, and they will sterilize your kids or cut off their genitals. It is an insane attack on the nuclear family, on the individual, on God, on Christianity itself. As you can see, why so many Christians are being targeted. Just in Seattle the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, there was a man shot in front of his church. He was gunned down in front of his wife and kid. And the crazy thing is that nobody wants to say that Christians are being persecuted in this country. Okay, predominantly white Christians. They are. It's not about Israel.
Other religions.
It's not about guns. Yeah, exactly. It's not about Israel. It's not about guns. It's not about any of that shit. They are targeting Christians.
Yeah.
They are targeting the idea of Christianity, that you are made in the image of God, and that you have rights, that you are either born a male or female, and they want to corrupt the innocent, and they want to harm the most innocent in every way, shape, and form. And that, the way it plays out through these sick individuals, is that they end up targeting kids in school shootings. It's not the fact that guns are available, because they could use homemade
Butter
pipe
knives,
bombs or homemade
machetes,
shotguns. Machetes, yeah, exactly. They could use anything. But the fact is, they're still targeting Christians. So you guys better get yourself right with Christ, because they are coming after Christians. Sell your cloak, buy a sword. Defend yourself and your fellow Christians, because you are the target now. Be careful.
Yeah, just call it for what it's worth, and it's a very unspoken term: Christian persecution.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, no time for niceties, man. It's what's going on right now. So,
I actually want to play this video of the pastor of the Seattle church.
Okay.
His response. This actually, I'm sorry. I got somebody calling me for some reason. Can't talk right now, busy. All right, check this out. This is just beautiful.
But I also received hundreds of comments from.
This is the pastor of the Seattle church, where one of his church members was gunned down on the church steps in front of his wife and kid. Okay? Listen up. This is important.
But I also received hundreds of comments from people saying things like this: it's time for you to leave Seattle. That's what you get for having a church in the Northwest. Why don't you pack up and move somewhere safer? How long are you going to expose your family to this type of danger? Seattle isn't worth saving, and it's time for you to go. I want you to hear me loud and clear, Pursuit. I'm not leaving this city. We aren't abandoning our mission. The Pacific Northwest does not belong to criminals or communists. This place belongs to Christ. You could tuck tail and run, but I've told you before, and I'm telling you again, I might be a lot of things, but a coward isn't one of them. And if the blood of the saints is the seed of the church, then let the blood of LeBron cry out from the front steps of our Seattle campus. God, send revival and save my generation. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. We cancel demons and darkness. We cancel murder and violence. We cancel cowards and criminals. But we ain't canceling church. And if it's revival or we die, I choose revival. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. To him be glory in the church and in Christ Jesus throughout all generations, both now and forever. Amen.
This was the pastor that was gunned down?
No, it was one of the churchgoers. His name was LeBron. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember his last name. But yeah, he was. But he's the pastor of the church that LeBron was attending.
Gotcha.
So, but this was his response. That actually wasn't the one I wanted to play. I love what he said, but man, man. I'm sorry, you guys, to play another video, but this was so impactful and so telling for what Seattle is going through and what a lot of people are experiencing throughout this country, especially the ones who live near blue states or in blue states or near blue cities. There's a lot of people not giving up, and there's still strength, but we have to recognize who the enemies are. And this video, it only got 5,000 views when I posted it, but man, this is important, very, very important.
And although we've heard messages of support from literally around the world, the political leaders of this region have remained silent. They couldn't release a statement fast enough when we dared to worship in a public park. But
to give context to that, when this church went to, they got approved to worship in a park. They got approved to worship in some Seattle park where Chaz was. So it's like right in the heart of all the LGBTQ, and they're heavily protested. And the mayor came out, and all of these political pundits came out, and they were like, this is definitely an insult to the LGBTQ community. They did it here on purpose and blah, 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 as if they were trying to harm the LGBTQ community. No, they were trying to worship.
when a young man is murdered
God
on our...
in their way. In their way, the city approved them to be there. So that's just a little bit of context for that backstory, but here we go.
...to worship in a public park. But when a young man is murdered on our doorsteps, the silence from City Hall has been deafening. If this attack was racially motivated, the governor would have called in the National Guard.
He's right.
If this attack was politically motivated, the mayor would have put out a statement on the front page of every media outlet. If this was a white nationalist attacking a Muslim mosque, there would be protests in the street. But because this attack happened at an outspoken Christian church, our elected officials have remained silent. Shame on them for their political cowardice and their moral incompetence. If our political leaders can't find the courage to speak out now, they have lost the integrity to lead. There is a hashtag for every major tragedy under the sun. But when a Christian is murdered in front of his family at our church in Seattle, the media and our elected officials turn a blind eye. It was the same mayor of Seattle who encouraged violence against our church. After our worship event at Cal Anderson Park, and on Thursday, that violence resulted in the death of one of our members. It is absolutely morally reprehensible that those same leaders are silent now.
Damn.
Isn't it interesting how every time Christians are attacked, whether it be on the church steps or in a school, the narrative is never Christians are under attack again. It's always about guns, or it's always about trannies, or it's always about Israel, whatever it may be.
Some sort of virtue signal. You know, go ahead.
Christianity has been under attack for a long time. And it's the only thing that I see, it's the only way that I see the nuclear family being saved. Because if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in Christ, and you believe that marriage is just a contract that you give to the government for tax benefits, that it's not devotion to another person through sickness and through health, a covenant between you, that person, and God, a ceremony in front of family and friends, dedicating your life to that other person, And if you just think it's tax benefits and a certificate to I don't even know, then the nuclear family won't survive, and our society is then doomed. Because if we don't have marriage, if we don't be fruitful and multiply, be loyal, dedicated servants to our significant others, then we will crumble. And it takes time, especially a nation like the United States of America. You can see that the remnants of crime going up, transgenderism becoming popular, even just gayness becoming popular. There are ripples that go out so far from broken homes, from fatherless homes, like even if there's a dad in the house, if he's not a father, if he's not a leader, your children can still stray. And raising a family has to be intentional. You have to intentionally want every single day to dedicate yourself to your spouse. Every day before I leave, I kiss my wife, I tell her I love her, and I know that I'm going to go to work to provide for her. And I'm going to do this because I've dedicated my life to this cause. I've dedicated my life to her, and we have kids to provide for, to protect. Everything I do is intentional. And it seems like people just want to go with the flow. And, hey, if you're not happy in your marriage at the moment, then just leave, man. It's totally fine. There's no rippling repercussions that stem out from that. But yet kids are being raised in fatherless homes and in broken homes constantly. And now we've been doing it for generations. And and we just see depravity, crime going up, people completely lost and confused and not even knowing how to be a dedicated husband or how to be a dedicated wife. We've separated ourselves. Actually, we've been deceived into believing that the impulsive pleasure seeking is more important. The momentary happiness, the temporary happiness is more important than building a legacy or dedicating yourself to your spouse. We've been taught that you should just go out and be happy all the time. YOLO, right? You only live once. Go out and fucking party all weekend or whatever it may be. But it's been destroyed. And if we don't find Christ, if we don't intentionally dedicate ourselves to building better lives, then of course we will fail. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I was trying to bring up some comments from YouTube. My nephew's father passed away, but he has strong role models in his two grandfathers. He has grown into a great young man. It's actually really amazing. And one humorous comment. I married my wife. This comes from Tyler. So if you don't know Tyler Moe, he's pretty funny. I married my wife to dedicate my life to her and my family before God. But I'll be honest, my son is my favorite little tax break. I love Tyler. He's so hilarious. But yeah, man, really good points. And I think there's just a break in the moral fabric of this country, and it's been intentional for a very long time. Yeah. And things just have to change, man. And
that change isn't going to come from Trump.
Yeah, it comes from you, from me, from everyone. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to be a fight, and the demons, they have their grip, and it's just going to take an overall turnaround.
But in the meantime, you guys, make sure you sell your cloak and buy a sword, because Christians are under attack. They've been under attack. Christianity itself has been under attack. White people in general have been under attack.
Wait, you mispronounced that.
White people in general have been under attack. And to be honest, black and brown, Asians, all minorities in general have been under attack in a different way. That they've been being told that they're victims, and that the fault of all of their downfalls are the white man.
Yeah.
And so they've been pitting us against each other for a long time. They've been attacking Christianity. They've been attacking the nuclear family. The only way to fight back, if you want to be a rebel today, get married and have kids. Dedicate your life to your partner. Have kids. Be fruitful and multiply. And live a great, beautiful life that you built and that you lead. If you're as a man to other men out there, make sure that your life is dedicated to your woman. That you're not watching porn. That you're not striving. That you're not, seeking outside validation through other women, and that you are focused on building a legacy through your wife and through God, because that is the only way we're going to be able to actually fix this country. It's going to take a long time, but I believe wholeheartedly that that's the way forward.
Sorry, I was reading a long comment. Yeah, but I do agree, man. See, I love stories like this because, if a father isn't present, there is some man in a child's life that could really step up to the plate. And Jaron says, my grandpa really stepped in and looked out for me when my mom went to prison and my dad was never around when I was a young teen. He died on my 17th birthday. Was hard, but he really showed me showed me so much doing contracting and just how to be a man.
Yeah, exactly like Michael James said earlier, that there used to be many male role models in her life because men weren't afraid to step up and correct behavior and tell people no and mean it. Not, hey, Jimmy, don't do that again. Otherwise, you're not going to get ice cream later. No, fuck that. If you do this, then you're going to bed without dinner, or I'm gonna throw you through this wall. One of the two, right? I mean,
yeah. You might be holding ice cream, but you're going through this wall, son.
Yeah, exactly. Men forgot how to be leaders. We've been. I've said this before. I blame feminism on men. I blame feminism on the men failing to be leaders and not actually leading their wives. Like when I tell people that I am not the head of my household, that I'm the head of my spouse, I mean that. And people take that as like, oh, you must be a tyrant. Cook my food, woman. No, that's not how it is. I lead my family to success. I do everything in my power so everybody in my family, especially my wife, can thrive. I want her to thrive. And that means that I sacrifice a lot for her to thrive. That doesn't mean happiness in the moment. That doesn't mean go out with your girlfriends until 2 a.m. No, if she does that, I'm going to get on her. Like, no, you're never doing that again. Not 2 a.m. Ain't nothing good going to happen at 2 a.m. You get your ass home by 11 o'clock, and for some reason people say, like, that's tyranny. That's a man being, oh, he's insecure. No, I'm looking out for my wife, and I'm looking out for our future. Do not go out and stay with your friends until 2 o'clock in the morning. That's ridiculous. Never going to happen in my household. Period. End of story. Yes, if that makes me a misogynist, then whatever. I don't give a shit, because we're going to live happily long lives. We're going to celebrate our 50th anniversary in 39 years. It's going to be great, and I'm going to love it, and I'm going to show everybody this is what you're supposed to do as a man, as a husband. You lead your wife. Don't be afraid to tell her no. Don't be afraid to put your foot down and say, you know what, right now you're being a little crazy, and how about you take a step back and then come back to me in a couple minutes once you've calmed down? Because you know what, that's actually really helped my wife, and I'm not kidding, is when she gets her, womanly stuff where they get all emotional, I will literally just say, you're being crazy, just come back to me in a couple minutes. And it has actually helped. And she's requested to me, like, please, when I get crazy like that, just tell me. And I'm like, okay, I will. And I do. And it's not anger. I don't do it out of anger. I don't do it out of, just weird, like, my desire to control her. No, it is, you're being crazy. Stop it, okay? Take a step back, figure out your shit, okay? Get your shit together and come back to me. And then we'll talk about this again. Like, that's it.
It sounds so funny because you're like, woman, get your shit under control and come back.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I mean, there's been some times where it's like, okay, you're being crazy, lady. I don't call her a lady. I call her gorgeous. Even when we're fighting, even when I hate, even when like I'm in just out of angry at whatever the heck she's doing to annoy me, we'll still call her gorgeous because to me she's the most beautiful soul I've ever encountered, and I've dedicated my life to her. So I'm not going to call her insults. I'm not going to say she's a bitch or you're being a cunt or whatever it may be. No, I'm still going to call her gorgeous because that's what she is, even in her worst moments. So
I'm just going to point out, Maurice, you've cursed 3 times. I've been counting, and me once. And that is very unusual because I'm a very vocal person. And I felt it together.
I'm sorry. Hey, we did good. Hey, but we should end the stream. You guys, thank you so much for sharing this. We should be back on Monday, maybe even probably not Friday, actually. Not this Friday. But we got to bring Tom McDonald back on. I had a lot of fun with him last time. It was great. That space that you had, man, that was beautiful. It was an amazing space that you held with Tom McDonald. I got to hear a lot of the ways in which his music has helped encourage people, and that honestly, it gives me hope to know that especially when you guys comment. Like, one of the most beautiful things that I really enjoy is when people will take something I say and implement it into their lives, and it makes a positive difference. I love hearing those stories. And it really helps me get through a lot of this whatever weird shit that I got going on, all the personal stuff that when I doubt myself, and I'm praying to God that give me guidance, please. I hear those stories, I read them, and I love them. Thank you guys for telling me, and thank you for helping.
So the podcast is therapeutic to your mental state.
It is, yeah.
You see, you've been down because we haven't been streaming. That's the problem.
That's probably it. That's probably the one.
13,000 views right now, brother.
How about that? Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing this. Please share it out again. We will see you all on Monday, September 1st. Hold on. Is it September 1st?
I don't know.
Monday. Yes, September 1st.
Oh,
Monday.
Labor Day, right?
Yeah. God bless you guys. God bless America. Steve, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, brother. I think we covered it all. Glad to be back.
I love you guys. Tune in. Turn on notifications. Follow us on Rumble. Follow us on the YouTubes, on X, all the good stuff. Subscribe if you can. Everything helps. Much appreciated. Right. God bless.
Peace.
My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
Know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag.